Hello people and welcome back to News Review. In this video I'll be going over the new cards being introduced in the upcoming week. If you are a new or returning player, I do recommend you check out my new player guide. It'll help you better understand what I'm saying in the video. I won't bore you by presenting every single thing in the full news, so open up the patch notes link in the description if you want to follow along. Apologies for the lack of video last week. Life got quite busy and I wasn't able to get a video out. Some important reminders before I start in the new content. A couple of things are ending at the end of the calendar year on December 31st. First off is the red and blue Asteria seals. Those should be flashing on screen right now, so if you have remaining currency in there, use it. The Asteria will not transfer over to next year. There will be another set of currency and another set of seals. The other thing that will be expiring is the bingo missions. If you've been playing the game a fair bit, the only one you might not have is dual maxing 50 bi-weekly cards, and I actually still need to do that as well. There will be a new set of bingo missions next year, so complete the ones you can while you still can. Additionally, I'm trying a new thing where I buy a guild stage for every 10 subscribers I hit, which will give you a diamond if it's your first time clearing it. The next milestone will be at 380 subscribers, so subscribe and also join the guild. Code in the description if you want to participate in that. I'll also be announcing when I do that on my Discord server, so hop in there if you want to be updated as well. Alright, let's get right into the new content, is what I normally would say, because first off, as you can clearly see, this is not new content. I'm not going to go over last week's content because you've probably already seen it and part of it is probably already over. The gist of it is that Pandora was bad, Mother of Lust is okay, and Elf Queen is bad. So why am I showing this? It's actually because the PR Pandora and the upcoming PR Shamash got changed because of the negative attention that people generate on Chinese Reddit, so they got an emergency buff that will be implemented not in this patch, but in the patch after the current one. As a result, the skills on the patch notes website are actually incomplete or wrong, and they showed the buffs in a Facebook post that is only in Chinese as usual. So I'll be translating all of that for you in this video, which is why descriptions may be way longer than what I usually do. Starting off with Pandora, her leader skill didn't really change with the buff or really with the PR. All the good stuff is her team skill. For her leader skill, it's all stats times 2.5 when 5 more combos are made, team attack times 5 additionally, and elf attack times 15 additionally instead. Extend rune movement time regardlessly by 2 seconds. And all runestones have 300% effect of all runestones. For her team skill, she ignores burning and step damage. At the end of each round, a runestone pattern thing. I'm not saying the name of it because if I do, I think this video will get flagged. If you want to know what the actual name is, go on the news patch notes website and see for yourself. A runestone pattern will appear at one random position in the first or sixth column. At most, 2 of them will be present at the same time. If no runestones are dissolved in those positions, you ignore puzzle, anti-runestone, equal combo, all runestone shield, and number runestone shield. This is referring to those shields that have dissolve 23 runestones, or any number of runestones really to damage the enemy. And additionally, there is just a ×5 multiplier in here. It got changed to make it unconditional, so she just also has 5 times more attack on top of that. Acquire Pandora's box ability. This is your draconic. Runestones in the far left and right columns cannot be dissolved or exploded. For each combo made, combo count +6. Upon the activation of this skill, and at the end of each round, modify all runestones to become elf runestones. If HP is 1000 or more before an enemy attacks, you have a willpower effect, and you can activate it by tapping the fully charged craft apparatus. When Pandora is leader and ally, and the team only has elf members, if Pandora activates her active, or rather, when Pandora activates her active, she will restore a cracked draconic and then change the amount of uses to 1 and fill it up. So that's to combat the functionality that she did not previously have to you know, against the enemy skill that breaks your Draconic. When Pandora is in an elf team, a full elf team, recovery base value of all members will synchronize of that with the highest recovery base value. And if leader and ally are Pandora with only elves in the team, add 5 times recovery base value of each monster into its own attack. Okay, I think that is everything for the team skills. Moving on to her active skill. Her original skill was actually quite trash. The new one is quite a bit better. Recover HP equal to 50,000 times the team's recovery basic value. That is an insane amount of recovery, now that I say that out loud. Ignore death damage. Remove all runestones and generate elf enchanted heart and attributes of elves. And attributive runestones of the same attributes as elves, I should say. If weathered, frozen, weakened, electrified, petrified, and explosive bomb runestones are removed, for each one of those removed, self-attack multiplier +1 to the max times 6 if you remove 5 runestones. Choose a type of runestone on the magic circle of elements. That type becomes protected. And for 1 round, all members launch an extra attack of the attribute. Elf members launch 4 extra attacks of 50% of their attack. And if you choose heart, the elves do, or the team does, non-attributive attack as well, which is maximum 30 attacks for a full elf team, which is not bad. Okay, moving on to the PR Shamash. I apologize if I missed something in the skill description since I'm trying to mash together information and then they changed way more about this card. If you couldn't already tell, I was doing live translation for the last one, so we'll see what happens. For her leader skill, this is barely workable in the modern meta and definitely not that good. But if the team only has gods and machinas, attack times 10, HP recovery times 1.8, water has the effect of heart, and heart has the effect of water. By resolving 10 or more runestones, attack times 10 additionally. When you do 9 or less combos, you get 20% damage reduction, and when you do 10 or more combos, you get 80% damage reduction. If you're using Shamash as leader and ally, I'll say later in the team skill why the 80% damage reduction will like always be triggered. For her team skill, there's 2 parts of this. One is when she's leader and ally, and next slide will be when she's a member. But going over the leader and ally stuff, upon stage entry, Machina's fuel equals 100%, gods and Machina's skill CD minus 10, gods and Machina's HP and attack base value plus 10,000, and recovery base value plus 1,000. Extend Roost movement time to 10 seconds. This shouldn't have said plus 10, this is to 10. Different stuff. All runestones have the effect of the attributed runestones corresponding to the member's attributes. By dissolving a cross shape in the first batch, stun all enemies for 1 round, 1 activation per wave. By dissolving 10 or more Machina runestones, you ignore cross shape shield. And for every round, you just get plus 10 combos and plus 10 EX combos for free, which is why I said before the leader skill that you will always get that 80% damage reduction. They also added another team skill in the buff for when Shamash is a member. If she is in the team and your team only has gods and machinas, skill CD minus 10 for herself upon entry, and self-attack HP recovery base value plus 1,000. This solves the problem where her initial skill CD is very long. She has 2 active skills. They change so much. I'll be splitting this up into 2 slides. For her first active, it is CD 6. Upon skill activation and at the end of each round, the board becomes Enchanted Machina. She gets super damage reduction as before. Damage received just equals 10 no matter what. Self attack times 10 and launches quintet attacks as much as 10% of its attack. This is 4 extra attacks of other attributes basically. If all Machinas have 100% feel, self damage can overpower all enemies, so there's basically another kind of attack boost. All of this stays in play until you are hit. For her second active, it's CD 10. For 1 round, dodge the attacks of all enemies. For each runestone of members' attributes touched while moving, recover 10,000 HP until full. Ignore burning, explosive bomb, poison, and sticky. All members' attack time is 3 versus gods and machinas. And after you dodge, if it is successful, skill CD -5 for herself. It doesn't even have to be said that this is just a very unique card, even out of all cards ever, having super damage reduction, dodge, and like a attack boost all in one card. It is a bit jank, I do have to say though. Moving on from that, I won't be doing any more custom skill descriptions for this video. I hope you understand. We have a new challenge stage card from the Believer of Thor series, the Light Dragon Lizard Tyrant. For its active, it is CD 7. Deal a light damage of 30 mil to all enemies regardless of defense and enchanted runestone shield by tapping a runestone on the magic circle of elements 3 times. You basically get to choose your 10 runestones for left, middle, and right. I don't even need to compare this to anything to tell you this is a very good card. You basically get to choose your own board. The last time Light Dragons had something even close to this was King Ghidorah from the Godzilla collab. Next, we have something a bit different, a series of custom missions only for newbies and comeback summoners. The definition of newbies are summoners who are logged in for less than 30 days after creating a TOS account, or summoners whose levels are level 149 or below. And comeback summoners are summoners who have not logged in for over 30 days since their last sign in, and the eligibility of them shall last for 45 days after their first relogin date. Those who are both newbies and the comeback summoners will have to complete the newbie missions before unlocking the comeback summoner missions. This is a new mission system. Basically, it'll be on the top left corner of the main map, apparently. And then by collecting a certain number of points, newbies and comeback summoners can have their set of own rewards, reward tracks basically. For newbies, they get Dual Max Ashley, which is a new character I'll go over like right after this. Dual Max Ever of Novelty Rare Character Redemption Coupon. Dual Max Ever of Novelty Jackpot Character Redemption Coupon. And Dual Max Lilith, which is the black gold that, you know, we all know, unless you don't know because you're a new player. For comeback summoners, you get 10 silver summon coupons, 5 rainbow summon coupons, and Xiangyu. Yeah, it's like pretty much night and day for, I mean, if you're a comeback summoner, I guess they expect you to have something already. Xiangyu is like probably like pretty bad compared to Lilith. Although I am using the standard that Lilith has like the new kind of busted setup with the corrupted seal bosses, but newbies probably won't have those resources. Or maybe you do, I don't know. I might incorporate that into the new player guide like next year, even though these missions are ending in February of next year. That is a thing that is happening. So moving on to the new card, Ashley. This card seems to be made to be a starter leader, but I think it fails at doing that in terms of power level, and also because there are just preset teams now. Nonetheless, let's go over his skills just to see how bad this card is. For leader skill, team attack times 9, AP recovery times 2. The more types units dissolved, the higher team attack increases additionally, so the max time 7.5. Extend moves movement time by 4 seconds. For her team skill, everything is the effect of everything. After dissolving runestones, the first 8 runestones to be dropped will be runestones of the last type used to end runestone movement. Net damage reduction of 60%. When 4 or more combos are made, team attack times 6. When 6 or more combos are made, each member launches 1 extra attack, Ashley's skill CD -1. The more races there are in the team, the more effects will be granted. For 2 or more races, you get Enchanted Trail. For 3 or more races, you ignore Initial and Quintet Shield. For 4 or more races, you get Combo Count +8. Notice after all of that, there was no increase in rooster movement time or ignoring of either burning or sticky, and that's why I think it fails the basic requirements of being an actual usable leader. The active isn't much better. This is CD6. This is an essay. I could not condense this in any way. You get a full heal. You get to choose the type runestone to convert 3 runestones into that type. This is completely random, by the way. I don't know why they made this. 4-round team attack times 2. Extend movement time to 15 seconds, and you get time tunnel. That's kind of good. If you trigger Ashley's character runestone, she ignores fixed combo shield and puzzle shield. And if an enemy is defeated by initial direct damage or attack damage, the character's skill CD -2 at the end of the round. After going all that, I can confidently say that this card is bad. Even the stuff that is kind of good, where like she ignores fixed combo and puzzle shield, she doesn't give herself any sort of multiplier. This card isn't going to one-shot if you want it to. I don't know why this is a newbie reward. This is admittedly on the very, very low end of score that you need to get for the newbie rewards. But if there are any new players watching, get Lilith as soon as possible to use as your main leader instead of this card. For our last card, we have a new bi-weekly fire human card, Sabel. It's CD6, turn Light Dark Heart into Enchanted Fire, Water, Earth, respectively. For 1 round, by dissolving Water, Fire, and Earth runestones, explode all runestones at the end of the round to generate 10 Enchanted Water, Fire, Earth, respectively. So you'll get a full board of 30, that is, of Water, Fire, and Earth at next round. This is an okay card, mainly for the end of turn effect more than the initial conversion. For my ranking of the free cards, Shamash gets the top spot here because I think with the skill buffs, it's actually quite a usable card in terms of its active now. Lizard King, as I said before, is a rare dragon card that actually is useful. I'm very glad they're printing on more of those now in support for like Azathoth, I guess. I mean, there's like, well, not Azathoth, probably Nobilis and Ursula, the new Black Gold. But I like to think it's Azathoth because Azathoth benefits from all of this as well. And Sabel is okay, not terrible. If not for the end of the round effect, she would be terrible, which is why I put her between Get 1 and Farm with normal stamina. Moving on to the celebration events, the returning ultimate for this week is Serious Prophesizer, an okay water elf card, which you could farm if you wanted to, but just getting one if you don't have it is fine. Additionally, there will be a new training event, Tower of Passion, in the LR, that's what it's called now, in the Lost Relic, which will have bonus stages for summoners below level 300, and also for normal people, stages that will drop past free-to-play cards. No diamonds will be given for stage clearance, and the event stage will change on an irregular basis. Right now, the cards don't seem to be super good, so just get 1 copy if you don't already have the card. That's it for this week's news review. Leave a like if you liked it, comment below if you have anything to say to me, and subscribe to like in general. It really helps the channel out, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya!